Thanks for stopping by, guys, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a tutorial and a bit of a build. Some people have been wanting me to show off how I do my jets and my planes. So today we're going to make a plane, and specifically I'm going to be trying to make something similar to a Cessna. So I have a picture pulled up and we're going to go ahead and start building. And for the sake of simplicity, I'm actually going to start with the cockpit. That way I can get an idea of what it is I'm making. Now, even though I said I was basing this off of the Cessna, it's not supposed to be a direct copy, because I know some people are going to mention like that certain dimensions are off, and I am well aware of that. Okay, so now here comes the fun part. I've built my Cessna lookalike, and I've not actually added a single bit of flight component to this. So what's probably going to happen is I'm going to have to gut this back, and I'm probably going to lose that back passenger seat. So this is going to be a 2-seater rather than a 3-seater like I had intended it to be. because I need room for components. One of the first things I am going to need is an engine. That is going to be the biggest and most difficult part to fit in here. And I'm half tempted to extend this front out a little bit and get the engine in there. But I'm not going to, for the sake of not having to rebuild the entire thing again. So I'm going to go ahead and throw down my engine. And how much room do I have here? Only 3 blocks. Okay. I really did not give myself enough room for this. But we're going to make it work anyway. So, interactable. We need bearing. We need some of these pipe pieces. And we need our springs. There we go. Now this should be our yaw. It's actually going to stick all the way back into the tail section here. Now the reason I'm doubling up the bearings with this is because it is going to be on a controller. Yaw are my controller based buttons. So there's that. Now I'm going to go ahead and slap down my controllers. Interactive controllers. I'm going to need 2 of these. See if I can find somewhere nice to put them. I think right there is going to be my best option. 15. 15. And rather than put my buttons back there, I should have room up here near the front of the seat to do so. If I can get place in there. Probably going to go from the bottom. There we go. And we should have 3 buttons and switches in total. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these up here. So, y'all, what is that? Y'all left, y'all right, engine start. So, let's go ahead and hook these up to our controllers that we just did and see if we can get yaw correct. Alright, it's inverted. Not too surprising, so all I do is rotate those. No, y'all left and y'all right are correct. Yay. Now then, I think the next one we need to do is pitch up and pitch down. This I'm going to just stuff here in the tail if I can fit it. And this is the one we needed the engine here for. Now I'm going to say this now. This is slightly inspired by Captain Bob's W&S converter, but rather than hooking the W&S converter up to a sensor module, which would then convert it to W&S, it's hooked straight into the spring for W&S. So those 2 bearings go to the engine goes to seat, and if for any reason you want inverted or non-inverted controls, you can just swap these around. And for the sake of... So now we should have pitch. Oh, I forgot to turn the engine up. Turn the engine up to max. Oh, that's why the engine got connected to a button, not to my seat. No, come back here. Now is where we actually need to start putting in handles and stuff to get into the plane. There we go, that's what I'm looking for right here. Yes, a little bit of rounded edges. Can we get into that? That seat's really short. So instead of the office chair, I think I am going to go with a saddle. I wanted to use the office chair because it's nice and small, but has a very tiny hitbox. So now we can actually get in and out. There we go. So that pitch is opposite of what I would rather have. So now we have pitch and yaw. Now we just need roll. And for this, it's pretty much an A and D steering that you would have on most vehicles. Instead of it turning you left and right, it rolls you. There we go. Connect it up to the seat. Make sure that's right. No, it is not. So we just have to rotate those. And I'm actually going to turn them down. And since we are connected to a level 5 seat, we can just turn these down. There we go. That should be okay, not as powerful, but still a little bit overpowered. I'm not sure if there's much I can do about that. Another thing we need to do while I'm here is I have a controller, so I'm just going to hook these up to the landing gear. Landing gear is going to always be extended, but because it is pistons, you do have some shock absorbance when you come down to land. Alright, so now we have all our controls, WASD, yaw. We just need our engines. And those are going to go right here. And they are going to be thrusters. So these are going to need 2 bearings. Hopefully 2 thrusters is enough to pick this thing up. I don't want it to be a fast flyer. I just want it to kind of coast around. And for the sake of doing this, I'm just going to... Actually, I do need another controller. Because I like to have my thrusters start straight and then expand out as you start flying. Just a bit of a personal preference. So 1 and 2. These, I'm actually going to have start at their 45 degree angle. And then whenever you thrust, let's go ahead and let's try 60. Now, one other thing I think I forgot to put in here is I forgot to put my stabilizer. Now, technically, these suspension glitches back here do offer some stabilization, but not exactly as much as I would like. So we're actually just going to do a test flight right now to see what happens. I'm pretty sure I need a stabilizer. That one's going the opposite of what it should. Ah, yeah, so we don't have anywhere near as much lift as we need. Now, something I do want to explain here is if you notice these are at 45, the reason for that is as you roll, as you roll, the 45-degree angle on the thrusters helps you with maintaining altitude while rolling. The problem with that is you do give up quite a bit of your upwards thrust. Now you can get rid of that and give it back to your upwards thrust rather than when you're rolling. But now instead of a 45-degree angle, I can really only hit a 30-degree angle before I start to lose altitude. So now we are up in the air. And you'll notice we are actually quite fast now. There we go. Oh. Something else I like to do is I like to add my W and S to my wheels. Not only does this allow for braking, it is a really nice taxi engine as well. So when you're just taxiing around, you can tap W and kind of move around. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn on a thrust, pitch up. And as you can see, we are off balance. So if I wanted to, I could either move the thrusters forward, add weight to the tail, or do a number of other things. And if I had more than 2 thrusters, say 4, 5, 6, I could actually balance this out by just changing the front and rear thruster values, changing those angles. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring those thrusters forward. See what my values are here. 30, 60. And like I said before, I could easily add a stabilizer to help with this, but the suspension glitches here are giving more than enough stabilization for this light of a vehicle. If you're going with like a bomber or a jet, like a fighter jet, that extra stabilization would help a lot. Oh, I don't know why I put another. Come. Alright, let's see if I can also knock down some of the lift, because I had a bit too much lift. Oh, now those are both going the wrong way. And hook that back up to the button. Okay, so now the thrusters are a bit farther forward. Let's go ahead and try this. Oh, that's significantly better. We're still a little, I think, nose heavy. But we've got just enough thrust. And as I rotate, I can still maintain. I need to lower that speed even more. That's way too fast, especially for a vehicle of this size. Alright. So what else? Pitch. Pitch is fine. Pitch is maybe a little strong. At this point, it's just simply dialing in numbers. So, dialing in your pitch. Roll. Yaw was already quite fine. Oop! Drift around that corner. Why can't I pitch up? No, why can't I pitch up? Come on. I might have turned that engine down a little bit too much. What? I can't pitch up for some reason all of a sudden. That should not be a thing. I am honestly very confused. I should be able to turn the engine down slightly without losing pitch. Yeah, I just straight up don't have pitch control anymore. Why? Why did I lose pitch control? Now I have it. Just for some reason. Okay, the seat just was disconnected from the engine somehow. That roll is still way too strong. Nice! Reset my bearing values. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Scrap Mechanic, for being a perfect game. An absolutely perfect game. Okay, those are saved. Now if I load temp part 2. So, I have learned something. Scrap Mechanic does not save your bearing settings when you load something on a lift. Yay! So you can't actually dial in. That makes this tutorial significantly worse. Because you can't actually do the thing that you need to do because the game won't let you. With a jet, it's not that big of an issue because you want that very fast roll control. But with, like, a Cessna, it's supposed to be slow and relaxing to fly, not a stroke every time you turn. I need more lift, so I have to dial my thrusters down a little bit. I am going to have to end up adding a stabilizer just because I can't save these. Just because I can't save those values. That stabilizer will reduce my roll speed for me. trying to think of any other ways I can reduce that A and D or the A and D system that I have right now. I think I have an idea, so I'm going to try it. It was not planned for this tutorial, but I was also not planning for Scrap Mechanic to break. So the first thing I'm going to try is just not having one of them connected. So the default angle would be 27 degrees. There we go. Yeah, that's not even usable. Alright, so then. Okay, that has no suspension glitch whatsoever. That has no suspension glitch whatsoever. Alright, I want to try and do the same exact system I have on the engine. For pitch. See if that helps. Alright, let's try this. That's a little fast, but it's bearable. Let's see if I do it to this one instead. Bit faster. I don't like that. This one. Too fast, way too fast. Okay, I think that was the same speed, but that one seems a bit better. So then, let's go ahead and take it off one more time. I want to get that propeller spinning next. This tutorial didn't really go as planned, partially because, well, I kept getting interrupted while recording, and also because, well, the game is a broken piece of garbage. So, with that being said, here is my little Cessna, or Cessna lookalike, and hopefully this gave you guys a bit of an idea of what I do to get these jets up in the air. Oh, come on, land. So I'm going to do a little bit of last minute tweaking to make this look all nice and shiny. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. Enjoy the channel, enjoy what I'm doing. Please subscribe, it helps out a lot. And right now, shares help the channel the most. So if you do want to help the channel, please share this episode with a friend. I do want to also thank Captain Bob and Black Kitten for being members over on the channel and supporting me in that way. Let's see if I can finish tweaking some of this, though.